Mr. Speaker, I rise today for the first time in this Parliament with immense gratitude and humility, honoured again to represent the people of the Yukon in this chamber. I'll be sharing my time, Mr. Speaker, with the member for Mississauga, Erin Mills. Mr. Speaker, I want to sincerely thank the citizens of the Yukon for their trust and confidence in me. I was gratified to receive the support of so many of my constituents, but regardless of whether and where you placed your vote, I remain committed to representing all Yukoners and to maintaining a strong voice for the Yukon as a commitment to a stronger union and united Canada that firmly embraces and includes the North. I also want to congratulate you, Mr. Speaker, on your election to this esteemed role. I have full confidence that you'll guide the members in this House to honour the Athenian spirit that you refer to, a House where we can participate in vigorous and informed debate while maintaining the highest regard for each other as elected representatives of all Canadians. To my colleagues across the House, both those returning and those newly elected, I look forward to working with each of you in the spirit of collaboration and respect. I want to give special recognition to the new members of Parliament from Generation Z, whose presence in this House is both refreshing and inspiring. You bring a fresh energy that resonates deeply, not only with young Canadians, but especially with young Yukoners who see their future reflected in your voices. It's a privilege to be back in Parliament representing a territory as unique and vital as the Yukon, a place where the true North is indeed strong and free. Mr. Speaker, I listened carefully to the speech from the throne delivered by His Majesty King Charles. His words carried a powerful message of unity, respect and hope, a reminder of the values that bind us as a nation. I appreciate the recognition of the land on which we gather. I'd also like to acknowledge with deep gratitude that we're gathered on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. And let us remember whenever we speak in this great House on whose territory we have the privilege to reside. This acknowledgement reminds us that reconciliation is a shared responsibility that we must carry out with sincerity and resolve. In the Yukon, reconciliation is a commitment we strive to live up to every day. True reconciliation means Indigenous peoples must have a real voice and real power over the decisions that shape their lands, their communities, and their futures. We will continue to uphold the principle of free, prior, and informed consent, not just as policy, but as a promise. Mr. Speaker, you'll note that my few minutes on this stage begin and end with the North. As Canada faces unprecedented challenges in this world, these challenges are experienced even more in the North. Yet, as reflected in the throne speech, this moment also provides us with incredible opportunities for renewal and for thinking big and acting bigger. So too do opportunities lie in the North. We in the North are on the front lines of the climate crisis, from melting permafrost, wildfires, and ecosystem shifts. They're not tomorrow's headlines, they're today's reality in Yukon. But we're not just experiencing these changes, we're leading the way with solutions. From renewable energy projects to Indigenous-led conservation, Yukon is showing that environmental leadership and economic growth can and must go hand in hand. We must continue and strengthen our government's investments in clean energy infrastructure, climate adaptation, and Indigenous environmental stewardship in the North. Our responsibility is clear: to protect this land for future generations while building a sustainable economy rooted in respect for nature. Healthcare is another urgent priority. Too many Yukoners and Canadians across the country, especially those living in rural and remote areas, face long waits, long travel, limited access to the care they need. Canadians need and deserve prompt access to primary care. Mental health and addiction services are stretched too thin, and our prevention efforts are not yet meeting the need. In collaboration with provinces and territories, our government will continue work on these serious gaps in healthcare access. A strong Yukon also depends on a just and inclusive economy, one where everyone has a chance to thrive. Economic progress means better education, housing, and job opportunities for the Yukoners' youth and families in Yukon and across the country.
As was highlighted in the speech from the throne, French is a pillar of Canadian identity. Many people don't know the vitality and the strength of the Franco-Yukon community. As a proud Francophile, I'm proud to live with this dynamic community. It is striking to note that Yukon has the third highest bilingual per capita population in Canada. As the member for Yukon, I'm deeply committed to defend French so that the community can continue to flourish.
It respects and celebrates its two official languages, but also its multiple Indigenous languages. The Yukon, in fact, is home to 8 distinct Indigenous languages, each a vital expression of culture. Today, all 14 Yukon First Nations are actively engaged in efforts to restore and revitalize these languages. As our government continues its commitment to Indigenous languages and reconciliation, I remain dedicated to advocating for the resources and support needed to ensure the ongoing renewal and flourishing of Yukon's original languages. Our government is driven by a fundamental belief: a strong economy must work for everyone. Today, too many Canadians are struggling to get ahead, and we are taking action. We're cutting taxes for the middle class, saving two-income families up to $840 a year. We're making home ownership more attainable by cutting the GST on home prices at or below $1 million for first-time home buyers, delivering savings of up to $50,000, and reducing the GST on homes between $1 and $1.5 million. Nous offrons une réduction d'impôt qui...
We are offering an increase that will allow low-income families to save at least up to $840 a year. Housing is more accessible by reducing GST on housing with a price that is equal or inferior to $1 million for those who are buying property for the first time.
On building a strong, inclusive economy that leaves no one behind. This means lowering the cost of living, making housing more affordable, and unlocking opportunities in the skilled trades. We will remove interprovincial and interterritorial trade barriers, investing in nation-building infrastructure, and strengthen Canada's position on the global stage while safeguarding our sovereignty, borders, and values. Amidst unsettling and increasing global conflicts and insecurity, all eyes are on the Arctic. Thus, I'm pleased that the throne speech confirms that Canada will invest to strengthen its presence in the north as this region faces new threats. In the Yukon, no less than anywhere else in the country, building a strong Canada means working in deep partnership with Indigenous partners. That's why I'm pleased to see that our government will double the Indigenous Loan Guarantee Program from $5 to $10 billion, enabling more Indigenous communities to become owners of major projects. Together, these are not just government goals, there are shared priorities, a blueprint for a stronger Yukon and a stronger Canada. As we move forward, I'm confident that by working collaboratively within government, with Indigenous partners, and with communities across Canada, we can meet these challenges head-on. Mr. Speaker, this moment demands bold action and clear vision. I'm proud to be part of a government that shares a commitment to building a secure, prosperous, and inclusive Canada, a Canada where Yukon's voice is heard and where all Canadians can thrive. As His Majesty stated yesterday, Canada's national anthem celebrates the true North strong and free. Mr. Speaker, my home and the home of the 47,000 Yukoners that I represent is the very heart of Canada's true North. As we build a Canada strong, secure, safe, and free, I will ensure on behalf of my constituents that the Yukon, with all its rich resources, its pristine environment, and its people imbued with the spirit of innovation, community, and adventure, that this great territory, Canada, will be with you all the way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Merci. Ganoshish, Jonathan Masicho.
Thank